Guess what? We have like roughly 2 months to finish this year, and depends on the time that you're watching this video. I'm actually making it towards the end of the October and the beginning of November 2023. Now, this is what I want you to do before the 2024 kicks in. And guess what? This works all the time, because I know you do have a dream and you have a vision, you have something that you're looking forward into starting. Maybe let's say, hey, guess what? It's always like a habit. Each and every time the year is starting, people say, hey, I do have a resolutions I want to do. I want to invest. I want to lose weight. I want. Guess what? Don't have all those kind of things. And this is what I want you to do before the 2024 kicks in. It's quite a simple thing, just to incorporate it and move step by step. And by the way, thank me later. All right. That's why I say always grab my number from my description of this specific video. You keep it so that you want to buy me a coffee. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, what are you supposed to do way before actually you start a new year? This is what I want you to do. I know each and everyone who is watching this video, you have like a humongous big dream that you want to achieve. And probably if you compare with the achievement that you usually do, hey, guess what? Let's say maybe your aim is to get like $500,000. Okay, let's pick it, just throw a number out there. Okay, let's say your aim is to get like $500,000 Kenyan shillings, but you usually get like 1,000 bob a day. You get like 1,000 bob a day. Okay, and this is amount of money that you need to eat, drink, entertain yourself, and do all those kind of things. But you ought to save this amount of money. All right. So when you compare these two things, okay, that is the dream that you're having compared to the amount of money that you're getting per day. This sounds like a close to an impossible thing. Yeah, you can, but for how long? Because hey, this 1,000 bob, you need to eat it, you need to drink, you need to dress yourself, you need to do all those kind of things. And you ought to have a $500,000, because you do believe, according to your own mathematics, that if you get this amount of money, that you can get start a business, you can do an investment and grow yourself to the next level. This is what I want you to do. Subdivide this dream into smaller compartments, achievable compartments. You know why? Once you achieve like a small part of it, you tend to be motivated to go for the next, to go for the next, to go for the next. And by the time you realize, you've already crashed the entire big dream and you're already riding in it. All right. Okay. Now, this is the point. Before you get into the 2024 things, this is what I want you to do. Make sure that at least you understand what you're aiming. Number two, understand what you're getting. Compare now what you're aiming vis-a-vis what you're getting, then understand what we call the cost of actually getting that what you're aiming. That's what we say, you count the cost and do what? You pay the price. To count the cost is actually define that what you're aiming. Let's say maybe you try to do, for example, at the beginning of this year, I gave you a very simple formula on how you can be able to save 66,700. By the way, and I got a group on the WhatsApp and they're telling me, hey, Joseph, guess what? Do you have already another plan that we can be able to incorporate? I mean, we are ready to start the 2024 one. Do you have already one? Because we've already achieved that and we have our 66,700. You see? Now, maybe let's say in between you got some things that you never expected, and welcome to life, that's how it is. And maybe you fell off and you didn't actually go ahead and manage to do exactly that. This is what I want you to do. Don't have yourself a lot of resolutions, don't have yourself a lot of things that you're aiming. I'm not saying that you should not dream big, but guess what, have things that we call the realistic things that you know that you can be able to achieve. And I give that a very simple formula whereby you can save each and every shilling with corresponding each and every day, and then consecutively in a period of the whole year, that is all the way from the January 1st, which is the first day of the year, to the 31st December, which is basically the 365th day of the year. You can be able to be saving with corresponding with that amount of money. Like this January, you save 1 shilling until you reach your December. Okay. Now, what I want to do right now, have yourself a very simple stipulated plan that you will follow in the next 2024. Let's say your aim is to start a butchery business. Let's say your aim is to start a cereal business, and maybe let's say maybe it costs like 1,000 or 100,000 Kenyan shillings, and you're getting 1,000 bob each and every day. So you ought to save that amount of money, basically like 100 days for you to get that amount of money. So subdivide that dream in smaller compartments that are achievable. And once you achieve that small compartment, you can be able to do something great. And this is where I always tell people, the issue of saving the little you have the issue of investing the little you have rather than saving it, it becomes a bit okay compared to you just accumulating that amount of money in a bank where you are surviving under the masses of the inflation. Okay, so what do? pick a thing that becomes quite easier for you. If it's very hard for you to save using the conventional way, maybe in a bank, maybe in a fixed deposit or whatever, you can pick a way that you can be able to invest your money. You can pick an MMF, you can pick a rate, okay? You can pick an MMF, okay? You can pick a rate, okay, for that matter. You can pick something like a share, you know, where you're able to deposit as little as you can. You can pick a circle. And talking of a circle, please kindly pick a circle that you know is legit, okay? And the other one, you can be able to go ahead. Hey, guess what? Some people decide, hey, my aim is to buy a piece of land and I'm going to finance my land using my salary, you know, and using what I call the loan from my salary. So be it. All right, that is exactly what you do. So what I can tell you is this: before the 2024 kicks in, just pick 3 things that will work for you. Don't amass yourself in a whole booklet where you are writing all the resolutions. You want to feed your finance, you want to feed your spiritual, you want to feed your social, you want to feed your... Sometimes you get caught in between. Just if it's about finance, pick one thing. Okay, this year I want to achieve 100,000. Fine, set it aside. Don't... Okay, if it's about spirituality, I want to read the entire booklet or the entire Bible this year. Okay, if it's about social, I will get married in 2024, or I want to get kids, or I want to do this, or I want... you get what? Just pick 3 things. Once you pick those 3 things, now you ask yourself, okay, those are the things that I want. Now the question is, what are the things that I have for me to get the things that I want? Okay, and I always tell people, if you accept where you are, but don't appreciate, accepting is saying, hey, where I am right now, yes, I need to do something for me to be able to be where I want to be. And now, what am I supposed to do? And that's why I tell people 3 things must be incorporated. Actually, 4, not 3. Number 1, you ought to have what we call a sacrifice, okay? Sacrifice. Number 2, discipline. Number 3, consistency. And that one is... you can guess it right. Okay, now those are the 3 things that you ought to have them, so that at least you can be able to do something as far as this life is concerned. Because guess what, it is never easy. It is not like as simple that you can wake up in the morning and do all what... no, I didn't promise it is easy. It is tough and it is rough. And that's why right now we are on November. Probably the next month we are talking about the December. We are done with the 2023. I gave that challenge. Maybe you quit along the way, maybe let's say the 3rd or the 2nd month. And probably today I ask you right now, forget about even resolutions. Where did you write those resolutions? Probably you cannot be able to even pull that book and tell me what exactly you did. So what do? Pick only 3 things that you know you'll be able to work on them. Don't pick like a hold of everything. You bring them on board. You stress yourself. You stress everybody who is surrounding you. And the other mistake that I usually see people do is that whenever the year is starting, like, let's say maybe you earn like 1,000 bob in a day, and then out of that 1,000 bob in a day, let's say you need to survive in a typical day, you need like 600 Kenyan shillings. And then you find people are saving crazily up to 700 shillings in a day. Or rather, meaning that you're left with only 400 savable amount of money. You find somebody have actually overstretched, whereby they're now saving 600 Kenyan shillings each and every day. So what does it mean? You see, you already had an existing life. You had what we call, operational costs that you needed for you to survive. Now there you are. You've actually pressed that with 200. Now how do you survive? You see, when you oversave to a point whereby you deny yourself the basic things, then it means that you're going to go ahead out there and be able to withdraw the amount of money that you have been saving, because obviously you can't survive. And I tell people, unless things are shakeable, unless these things are, you can actually shake them off and get them out of your life, don't overstretch yourself. Survive in accordance to the way you do this. Sometimes I usually get clients and we talk to them and you realize, hey, guess what? You don't even need to adjust anything. You only need to be a bit disciplined. You only need to identify where your money is going. It's as simple as that. So don't overstress yourself and saving a lot of money because you want to shorten the distance or the period where you want to aim that money. Because if you do exactly that, you're going to shoot your foot. And if you're going to shoot your foot, you're going to be... have you ever tried, and this one can actually be, witnessed. Have you ever tried to buy this piggy bank? This piggy bank, like a small thing like a box, keep it in your house, and you see each and every time in my house I come across 20 shillings coin, I'll be putting it inside there, and then in a period of time I'll be able to do exactly that. And then you find yourself in a situation whereby you just bought a thing with like 200 Kenyan shillings, you got everything like coins, and then you're like, I said whenever I get 20 shillings coin I'll be... and then you go put all the entire like the 180 Kenyan shillings inside that thing, and then after sometimes you're like, you cannot be able to sustain yourself. What are you supposed to do? Go inside that thing, you break it, you get all your money back, and you've killed the vision that you had. So what you're supposed to do is that don't overstretch yourself. Actually have what you call realistic goals, not the goals that you gonna make you like overstretch and maybe inconvenience some people who surrounds you. You know, there's some people whom you talk to them about savings, and you ask them how much do you usually get in, they share everything like their recurrent expenditure, and once you talk to them they go back home, and guess what they do? If they have partners, they tell them, they tell their wives or their husband, hey, guess what? Now there is a change in this house. From today, how much do we take in a lunch, or maybe in a typical day as far as the food is concerned? 500. Fine. From today, it's 300. And then 200. And then with the moment you do exactly that, you're gonna rub shoulders with a lot of people. What you're supposed to do, and I always give this simple example: if you wanna kill a frog using maybe hot water or something, don't just take a frog and dip it in a hot water. You're gonna get yourself in a messy situation. Just get cold water, put your frog inside there, and then warm the water, and then hit the water slowly. By the time they realize they are gone, okay? Now the point, okay, I know, like, you get what I'm trying to mean. My point. My point is this: just adjust slowly, slowly. As the time goes, you realize you've gotten yourself back to a situation whereby you can actually maximize on what you're saving, and that is how you progress yourself. So what my point is, as I conclude this video, make sure that you aim, make sure that you get your visions, get your dreams that you know are quite realistic, resonates very well with you. Don't over. Sometimes, I tell people, sometimes it's not even good. If you know you won't even be able to adhere to your resolution that you say you're gonna do, just don't even write them. Because there's no need of you writing a resolution each and every time. Now you are 40, 30, 50 years, you've never done anything as far as those resolutions are concerned. You just write them, you're excited, you say Happy New Year, but then the time you realize the second week, you're doing nothing about it. So you would rather not get yourself any resolution rather than get a lot of them and do nothing about them. Pick three. I've given you a challenge. Just pick three that you know you're gonna do it effectively, incorporate it, and do something as far as your life is concerned. And remember one thing: keep on wasting another year and another year, and by the time you realize time has actually gone, the productivity is going down, and you're gonna get yourself in a messy situation. That is exactly what we do if you want to progress and move to the next level. And guess what? That marks the end of my video, but not the end of me posting a video each and every time, because I do so each and every day. So if you don't want to miss any of my good videos, do this. Down below here on your right, there is a small button written subscribe. Hit that magical button, like the video, and also comment down below. You can as well pick my number from the description of this specific video. Let's talk business and move to the next level. For now, it's a goodbye, and see you in the next one.